Hey y'all, I'm Tim at Mr. Maple. Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and sign up for our weekly emails on Mr. Maple. Today I'm here with my dad, Norman Nichols, and we're going to talk about the original Mr. Maple, Norman Nichols, his top 5 Japanese maples of the week. And Dad, where are we going to start with your top 5 Japanese maples?
Well, one of my favorites is the Makawa Yatsubusa.
What do you like about the Makawa?
Well, I like it because it's unique in its leaf structure. It always looks like it's covered up in leaves every way you look at it.
It does have that tightly layering shingle-like habit. How old do you think this tree is right here in your garden?
This tree is probably 20 to 25 years old.
It's definitely got some age to it, but as you can see, it looks like it's created its own character and has started its own thing in the garden. Definitely has a very unique shape with that tightly layering habit, and it's done this all by itself, hasn't it?
That's right, no trimming, nothing but pull the weeds out away from it and keep it and let it grow.
It's definitely it's one of my favorites too. You know we love the Makawa Yatsubusa types here at Mr. Maple. And the original Mr. Maple, one of the original top 5 plants of the week from him, Makawa Yatsubusa. Amazing plant. Definitely gives you some really nice oranges and reds, and it's a pretty easy tree to grow.
Definitely, you don't have to do anything to it.
I like it because you can put it out here in the landscape and enjoy it near a walkway. It looks like a big creature out there, almost like a big bonsai, all naturally, all by itself. You can grow in a container. I mean, there's so many good uses for Makawa Yatsubusa. You know, when Matt was the president of the Maple Society, or when he was implementing the Maple of the Year, this was the very first Maple of the Year with the North American branch of the Maple Society. So definitely a pretty cool plant. So here we're standing with my dad's number 2. What's this tree, Dad?
This is the Shishi Gashira, also known as the lion's head.
Why do you like Shishi Gashira?
Well, there's not many other Japanese maples that even look like this one. And it's one of the oldest Japanese maples that we have recorded in history.
That's very true. It's on some of the oldest recorded literature in Japanese literature on Japanese maples. It's from that 1700s list. And Shishi was a mythological lion in Japanese literature. And Gashira means head. And so it's kind of like talking about this female lion's head. And I think it's because of that twisting leaf and the fall color sort of looks like a lion's mane. What's your favorite thing about the Shishi Gashira?
Well, the way it stays this unique green all during the summer, and then in the fall it turns to a golden yellow orange light.
And I think that it's a great point, Dad. There's so many different shades of green out in the landscape, and this one has such a rich dark green that it stands out from many of the other plants.
Very unique.
And with that texture on the foliage, it just adds so much extra in the garden. It's something that makes the plant grab your attention when you're walking through the garden for sure. I know that we planted one down at our cousin's house in Chapin, South Carolina, when we were going down to a garden show, and it thrived and did well for her down there in full sun, in a very, very hot climate in red clay, growing in red clay. So it still had good drainage, but it thrived and did well down there with very little care. So it's definitely a pretty hardy plant too. So we're standing here at the original Mr. Maple, my dad's number 3 plant of the week. And what's your number 3, Dad?
It would be the Orangeola.
What do you like about Orangeola?
Well, one of the things I like about it is one of the most pendulous of the dissectum Japanese maples. And what I really like about it is when it puts on new growth, it comes out with a unique orange color.
It definitely gives some nice orange reds. I love this plant because you get that orange red new growth that's maturing to maroon, maturing to green red, with that orange red new growth that just keeps coming across it. And when you get that color combination, it's like the plant's just constantly putting on new colors and it's changing throughout the seasons. It's definitely something that makes it pretty special.
That's right. That makes it worth putting in your garden.
So we're standing here with Norman Nichols, the original Mr. Maple, his number 4 plant of the week.
My favorite plant, number 4, would be Jermaines gyration. One of the reasons why I like it is it's a fast grower. You know, when you plant one in the yard, you got to give it plenty of room, but it's got the twisted and contorted structure of the tree, and it just stands out. So if you plant one in the yard, give it a good 10 foot in all the way around direction with plenty of room to grow up. It makes a great specimen in the yard, and you'll always gravitate to it when you go by it.
This is a plant that we planted in this yard as probably a 7-gallon, and it is the same age as many of the smaller plants that we planted in here as well, and it has grown extremely fast. It's one of my favorites as well. I love the contorted habit about it. It's also known as Acer palmatum dissectum contorta. That's another name for it. But this is a plant that just twists and contorts and puts on such a great structure that it is very shapely all by itself without doing a lot of pruning. But like Dad said, it's the Mack truck of Japanese maples. It grows really quickly for a large green lace leaf. And it's got a pretty good fall color too. So we're here with my dad's number 5 of the week. Dad, what's your number 5 of the week?
You know, when you think about Japanese maples, you have to think of Bloodgood, because it is one of the first maples that 99% of people are going to put in their yard.
You're so right.
It's the red leaf, and it's the upright tree. It doesn't grow out of proportion too big. You can plant anywhere in your yard. The roots aren't invasive, and it's a good eye catcher in a yard. If that's the only tree you're going to have in your yard, 99% of the time it will be a Bloodgood.
And Bloodgoods make beautiful red upright Japanese maples. Make sure you're getting a grafted one. We got some grafted ones on MrMaple, so you can make sure you're not getting a seedling that shows some variability. But Bloodgood is by Bloodgood Nursery. The guy's last name was Bloodgood who introduced it, but it's such a great name because of the rich red color. Everyone now thinks that's synonymous with the Japanese maple. I mean, you're 100% right. If someone's putting a Japanese maple in their landscape, most of the time it's going to be a Bloodgood, and they make a beautiful tree.
They do. And when you look out in the landscape, there's more Bloodgoods out there than any other tree out there. They may be seedlings of a Bloodgood, and there may be other red Japanese maples, but they all originated from the Bloodgood.
They did, and that rich history is one of the things we love about Japanese maples, and Bloodgood definitely has a lot of rich history and in making Japanese maples popular in America for sure.
That's right.
Thank y'all for watching my dad's top 5 plants of the week. He's the original MrMaple. He's one of the reasons we got our passion for Japanese maples through his love of Japanese maples. So we really appreciate y'all watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your gardening friends. We really appreciate it. Make sure you sign up for our weekly emails on MrMaple.com. We add at least 10 new trees every single Tuesday at 10 a.m. Take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.